everybody, and welcome to the Countdown 2024. And today I am joined by Jen Patenaude, founder of Jennifer Eve Wellness and dedicated sleep and wellness coach. Jen specializes in helping entrepreneurs and executives optimize their sleep for peak performance and wellness. Her personalized strategies transform sleep into a powerful tool for unlocking potential and achieving success. Jen, welcome to the Countdown 2025. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Dominique.
So the people that are going to learn about the magic that you're going to bring to them in the Countdown 2025, I would like them to know a little bit more about what you do. And can you share a moment or an experience that sparked your passion for what you do? And how does this passion translate into the work you offer?
I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder about 17 years ago. And I always intuitively knew that there were probably some things that I could change or do differently that would help me and help me to feel better. But I just kind of listened to the doctors, took the medication. My symptoms weren't too awful, so I just adapted and managed. And then just about 5 years ago, I learned about this thing called health coaching, which I didn't even know was a thing. And I realized that I could really not only help shift my own health journey, but also help other people, which I thought was so cool. And so I started studying to become a health coach. Then I didn't know where I wanted to focus, what niche of folks that I wanted to help. Did I want to help other people who had autoimmune issues or gut health, brain health? And what I realized the common denominator across the board was the importance of sleep. So ironically, I've never actually had an issue with sleep, but it was so evident that it's truly foundational to health across the board. And so that's how I decided that's what I wanted to help people with.
Oh, that's awesome. I have lived with insomnia all my life. I'm doing good now, but like since I'm a kid, so I can resonate. I wish I would have known, sleep coaches before. So as we know, sleeping, as you've now told us, that sleeping is very, very important. It's part of being a healthy person. So can you tell me and tell the audience to enlighten us on how sleeping will impact our life and how can we, by sleeping better, achieve our goals?
Mm-hmm. Sure. So there's a two-part answer here. So there's a day-to-day impact, which I think most people can relate to when you've had a terrible night's sleep and you feel terrible the next day, right? So there's the immediate goal of helping people just feel good and feel vibrant and like themselves again, which has a ripple effect on all areas of your life. So whether that's your job or your business, or your income earning potential, because you're focused on your productivity increase. It helps with your relationships and relating to other people. Lack of sleep can really hinder that and it can hinder our emotional processing and our emotional responses to other people. And it helps your health. And so the second part of the answer is that our long-term health is greatly impacted by lack of sleep. So there are countless diseases, chronic conditions, and things that are associated with lack of sleep. And unfortunately, most of us don't think about what's going to happen 10, 20, 30 years down the road. So my approach in trying to help people is not only to help them tackle the immediate goals of just feeling better and increasing their vibrancy and their productivity, et cetera, on a day-to-day basis, but is also trying to convey the message that We need to focus on health because we're going to pay a price down the road. Focus on sleep rather, because we're going to pay a price down the road if we don't.
Yeah, and it's very important to have that vision of who we want to be in a couple of years, right? Because today, we don't really feel what the lack of sleep, but I know for me, it's so hard to get to like a healthy weight or healthy focus because I haven't slept for 30, 40 years. Is there like an amount of hours or what is sleeping well?
So the recommended number of hours a night is somewhere between 7 to 9. There, of course, are folks who are outliers to that, who can, who do well with slightly less than that, and some folks who need slightly more. But in general, you want to shoot for 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Um, the other key piece of the puzzle, though, is it's not just the number of hours we get, it's also something called sleep consistency. And that's trying to get to bed and wake up around the same time each day, even on the weekends, no more than, say, maybe an hour deviation from when you typically go to bed and wake up. Recent research actually shows that the sleep consistency piece might even be a little bit more important than the number of hours we sleep each night, both critically important to our long-term health, but that regular bedtime and wake time might just edge out the number of hours that we sleep at night.
That's super interesting. So as we walk into the holidays, a lot of people might sleep less or they might sleep differently. Is there like an advice or an insight that you can give our audience for that breaking the sleep pattern and not feeling, I mean, we're going to feel it, but hopefully there's something we can do about it during the holiday season.
Yes, and I know it's hard, and it's you have to kind of make a bit of a mindset shift on it, because when there aren't enough hours in the day, what's the first and easiest thing to sacrifice? Sleep. At least that's what most people think. But the message that I'd like to convey is that's not what you want to sacrifice. That's what you actually want to invest in, is sleep, because then it's going to have a positive impact on everything else. So if you're shortchanging yourself on sleep because you have so much to do and you get done during the day, well, it's going to be even more difficult to get all of that done when your brain is foggy and you don't really feel motivated to do it. And as opposed to if you actually invested in sleep and made that commitment to yourself to keep that routine going, then everything else, it's so much smoother and easier. Um, Obviously, that's not a guarantee. We've all got daily stressors that we still have to deal with, but it's just, if you think of it more as an investment as opposed to something that is disposable.
Yeah, that's very, very nice to hear that, taking care of our health is not only to have your portion of fruit and your portion of vegetable, and it's a whole deal. And if you're feeling that you're not sleeping enough or that your sleep doesn't, you get up and you're not rested, we're gonna have the handle to reach you in the show notes. And as we finish this, I want to thank you very much for the magic that you're bringing in the Countdown 2025. But is there one action that you encourage everyone to take to make 2025 their most empowered, aligned year yet?
100% prioritize sleep. And I would give 2 tips that folks can try if you are struggling with sleep. And the first is that sleep consistency, maintaining a consistent bedtime and wake time every day as much as possible. The second thing I would incorporate is getting outside into natural light as much as possible, but especially in the morning time. Soon after you wake up, if you can get outside, leave your glasses inside, just bring your morning drink out there, just spend 5 or 10 minutes And that will really help to kind of reset your circadian rhythm and set you up for a smoother day. So if you compare those two, the sleep consistency and the natural light, within 2 to 3 weeks, you should absolutely see a positive shift in your sleep.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you very much, Jennifer, for being here with us. And I will see all of you with the next speaker.